encampment. The spirit of 76 is alive.
Freedom of future. A true patriot savors these moments, but the fight for liberty calls. To the encampment for freedom of future.
For liberty. This is what American patriotism is all about. Look at these flags. They represent our fight for liberty.
Our liberty is at hand. For freedom is proper. Secure our liberty. My fellow patriots, the hour of decision is upon us. Let us march forth with courage to secure our liberty.
Welcome to my colonial home. Today, Del Payne's work captures the spirit of we fight for independence. And our freedom. Greetings from the encampment. The spirit of liberty is strong. We will fight for our rights and our freedom.
Hour is late. We must enact. To the encampment for liberty. Soldiers, the enemy is near. Front line, friendly.
A while ago, they want to make a deal so badly. I just don't know if they're worthy of making a deal. I don't know that they're going to honor the deal. That's the problem.
If they were to make a deal, why do you think they attacked commercial vessels?
Because they're sort of crazy, to be honest with you. They're sort of crazy. They're a little bit out of control, but they want to make a deal. Badly.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Party. Why I like the new party? Number one, it's a group of people that's on a panel. We all have differences, but we all basically still come together at the end of the day. The new party for me is about unity. The new party for me is about educating people to the truth, letting people know what's been going on in our country. With that being said, shout out to the new party, man. We're going to keep it going with y'all.
Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
Hi, I'm Kim.
What's up? I'm Doc.
It's Mia.
I'm Kamal.
And in those first two clips, I played Jackson Hinkle. He attended one of the Iran Supreme Leader's funerals. And then I played Trump because this week it seems like deal number 55 has now fallen through. The U.S.-Iran ceasefire has now ended. As everyone may know, February 28th, this was the start of this conflict with Iran, with U.S. and Israeli striking Iran. They've killed almost all of their leadership. They've had multiple rounds of leadership. An initial ceasefire was in April 2026. And then they have the MOU, which was signed on June 17th. And it was to include a 60-day ceasefire, reopening of the Strait of Hormuz to commercial shipping, easing some of the sanctions and release of funds, and deferral of core issues like Iran's nuclear program. So that wasn't finalized, but the deal was vague. But as of now, July 9th, it's fallen through. We're going to play this clip. This content creator, he breaks it down, and then I'm going to let Doc and Kim go first, explaining what their thoughts are on this deal. Was it ever real? If you guys are watching, please hit the like button and support the live. Here we go. This guy's controversial. Let's hear what he has to say. Ooh, all right. I want my live taken down just yet. I got the room jumping because y'all are obviously fans of him. I had to put a white face up there because I know how the YouTube is. Kimberly, he said a whole lot. Remember, please don't say the I country's name. Just censor yourself, honey. What do you think about everything he said?
I'm sorry, Iran. My love for you is real. He said a lot of things that made sense. I'm not. He was kind of funny. He was kind of funny. Was that song in the background was killing me. It was like a patriotic song in the background. I was like, it's kind of ironic. I thought it was kind of funny. He did touch on the price gouging. That's true. They do that all the time. I remember COVID. Does everybody remember that? They price gouged the shit out of everything during COVID because corporations get away with everything here. And Trump talking about another supposed ceasefire. He's lost the plot because he's even he's losing the. He's nobody believes him anymore. I'm sure even his own people don't believe him anymore. And then the guy before that, I briefly know him because he did a debate once about the alleged gas attacks in Syria with some guy named Vosh. And the best way I could describe Vosh, he's like the liberal older millennial. And even then, I thought this guy was, but I think this was like 4 or 5 years ago. And he was 22 at the time. And I can tell that he was already a little full of himself in the way he handled himself because I agreed with him in that debate. But I couldn't get myself to follow him because there was something off about him. And then after that, he went like full MAGA. And then now he's like, I think one of the videos in the clip you showed looked a little AI. But I mean, it's like from one extreme to another. I just think he's clout chasing. I can't even believe he has any followers at this point. He seems really incredible. He has no credibility. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and if y'all crying now, just wait till we talk about the Nolan Wells story. You ain't gonna want to stay for that. You really ain't gonna want to stay for that. I'm just letting the warning now. You don't want to stay for Nolan Wells because I'm really gonna go in on y'all crybabies in the chat tonight. Anyways, Doc, what's your thoughts as somebody that actually served in the Middle East? Do you think that this war is over, or do you think it's just ramping up?
I think the war is just ramping up. The war in Iran is just a continuation of all these conflicts America's had in the Middle East. And I always continue to preach to people that it's going to be our sons, us people of lower social economic standing who fights and dies in these wars. So we need to figure out a way to have some leaders who push our agendas and have our best interests in mind. And also the dude Henkel or whatever at the beginning, do I agree with him and think no. Do I think he's a retard? Possibly. But the glory of America is he lives in a country and he's traveling from a country where you got the freedom of speech, where you can say just about anything. And he's going to a country where that's not a reality. And he's using the glory of America to promote that, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? When you think about everything that's going on, he's going somewhere where women can't learn and go to college if they want. That's not a reality for women in these countries. Men can't come out and just say and do anything. So he's using the glory of America to bash America to some extent and say, hey, America needs to realize this. You're only able to do this and say this because you're American, because we allow free speech. Mostly, I'm sure, you guys are more in depth with the, the government and the black sites and what, where they're going to stuff him if he say too much, but more or less he has free speech in America. So I think that also just shows how great America is.
Can I follow up to that? You know how like whenever we criticize like anyone, if I criticize the Democrats, I'm a Trumper. If you criticize Russia, you love Putin. This guy took that literally. He's criticizing the US and went over there and he loves the IRGC. He's like, this is who people talk about. Pretty funny.
Yeah, and in this next clip, they talk a little bit more about it. But that's a good point. I mean, you're able to criticize America, yet you have the ability to do that. I would love to see him go over and criticize Iran while sitting in their country. He won't do that though. But here we go.
AstroTurf crowds supporting the regime in Tehran, but I don't believe that propaganda. I think the Iranian people are supportive of the United States coming in and helping them to achieve liberty, and I think that's the direction we need to go.
Oh, for sure. The Iranian people are thanking President Trump. It's all over social
Those
media.
people on TV are delusional.
Okay, so Mia, are the Iranian people support? Are the Iranian people supportive? They want us to go liberate them, free Iran. What you think? You think they're gonna want they more schools being blown up?
I think that a lot of Americans live in a delusional bubble where we think we are the world's police. I mean, if it is true that 14 million people did show out for the funeral for Khamenei, I mean, the United States thought it was going to be another Nicaragua. They thought they were going to be able to pay these people to rise up and topple their government, and they were going to be able to put up the seed money and the weapons to do that, like they did back in the 60s and 70s with Nicaragua and, financing the guerrilla warfare. That is not what happened, because these people are the way they are, and they're going to continue to be the way they are. They are happy and content the way they are. And I think we should leave them there. There's 90 million people there. If they wanted a change, we have seen the Iranians are perfectly capable of toppling their own government and having democratic votes and making change themselves. I'm sick and tired of American lives being forced to make changes in countries where these people don't actually want to make changes, because if they did, they would have made said changes already. They're happy where they are, and we should leave them there.
Are the people online on TV like this though super delusional? Because I can't see the example of a country we went in, destabilized, and set up and left them better than we found them. So I don't think we even have that example as a country. So for people to think that these people are excited to have us there, are some people maybe excited? Yes, of course. Or people just don't outright hate America like they think they do. But I don't think these people are excited to have us there. I don't think we're doing anything but blowing up their infrastructure and going to leave them in a worse place, but steal some of their resources.
Kamal, what's your thoughts? You haven't really talked before we move on to the next topic.
I mean, while y'all talking, the only thing in Sandra, dog, you gonna be mad about this. This
I fucking knew it.
White Slater complex, don't it though? God damn.
Well, come on,
that's
just
all I
wait
see.
till you go to Nolan Wells. She gonna be really mad, because I'm gonna say what the same advice I said with Carmelo Anthony. I'm about to say tonight that I'm telling my son, but we'll get there.
She about to have a lot of fatigue, or him, her. I don't give a damn what it is, but yeah. At the end of the day, like I said, I'm not really for this war, because I know people that got kids that'll be going to the shit. You feel me? And don't this shit kind of remind y'all? Remember that game Deal or No Deal? That's what these motherfuckers, Trump and the Iran people in Israel, they're like, deal, no deal. That shit. I'm like, God damn. That's what this reminds me of. So.
I mean, and in order to have a deal, both sides or all parties involved have to want the deal in some way, shape, or form, right? They all have to want to. But there are 3 countries involved. We have the I country, the United States, and Iran. And if I believe it was just Iran and the United States, we would have had a deal and we would have just moved on.
I agree.
However, we have that, it's a triangle, and we have that third country that does not want a deal. They don't want a deal under any way, shape, or form. And we are an occupied country as it is, and they are utilizing our resources and our manpower to clear out all of their supposed alleged enemies at the expense of us. And at the expense of a lot of those Israeli families. I mean, they have to donate their children too. It's mandatory for them to be in the army there, not like here where it's voluntary. They're a mandatory army. So, I mean, they're also hurting themselves as well.
Yeah. Y'all hear that? They don't want the threesome, okay? If one person says no out the 3, that means it ain't gonna happen.
We don't need no menage. We don't need no menage. We just need 2 of us, and we're gonna be all right.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're hurting themselves, Mia, because they live in that region, so they have the most to gain. So do I agree that yes, their sons and fathers and brothers may be dying as a result of this war? They have the most to gain from the region, so they may be the most unlikely to claim a deal because they're trying to create this toehold and this ideal in that entire region and become like the sovereign leader of that area, pretty much to say, just like to bully these other countries. So they have so we have to somehow like cut our ties away from them as far as forcing them to make the deal rather than allowing them to agree to it.
Okay.
Well,
that's a good point. All right, guys. So we're gonna switch gears here. We're gonna really make Sandra mad in the chat tonight. Nolan Wells. Nolan Wells. Very, very sad tragedy. And again, the same advice I said, come on, does not ring true. If Nolan would have been watching the show, maybe he'd be alive. I don't know what else to say. All I know, don't be the token. It'll be the number one thing for my son. You're the only one there. It ain't for you. But he already knows that. My little boy, he's best friends with the only little black kid in the class. He already knows what time it is. Here we go. Where's this clip? Here we go.
Last night I had somebody from Ocean Springs, Mississippi that has ties to Mr. Wells reach out to me and hold about an hour to 2-hour conversation over the phone in which they provided a lot of details as to what happened in Horn Island. Now, all of this information that I am about to provide is allegedly, and I do want y'all to understand that this information is allegedly. Allegedly, absolutely allegedly. Now, Mr. Wells and Wyatt have been friends for a long time. They've been friends since grade school. The judge knows Mr. Wells' mama. They went to high school together, so they've been in this area for a long time. Allegedly, there were other people, other black friends that were supposed to be on the boat with Mr. Wells. Now, allegedly, they were told at the last minute that they couldn't come and the boat was full. Now, while they were out there on the island, there was a fight that took place on the island, allegedly. There was a boat with majority black folks on it, got in a fight with a boat with some white boys on it. They got in a fight on the land, not in the water, allegedly. Now, the girl, Katie, allegedly, the boat she was on and the boat that Nolan came on, they were both parked side by side. Now, allegedly, Katie's family came and picked her up and took her home. Now, the story is being told that the boat took on water and they told Nolan that they about to bounce because the boat taking on the water and they need to get the boat towed out the area. Allegedly, Nolan told them that he was going to stay there with the girl, so the boat got towed away. But allegedly, no one ever seen the boat get towed away. People seen them leave. Now, allegedly, the boat is owned by somebody else, but the boat ended up at Wyatt's house. While the boat is at Wyatt's house, they got his phone, Nolan Wells' phone. They did not want to give the family back Nolan's phone. They weren't able to report Nolan missing until the next day because they refused to give his phone. They thought he was there at his house the whole time, at Wyatt's house the whole time, allegedly, because the location was on and it was common for him to be over there. But the family, allegedly, Mr. Wells' family had to come and get the phone from them because they didn't want to give him the phone. Now, allegedly, somebody rode past the residence and noticed that 4 people was out there cleaning the boat down from head to toe, allegedly. And also, they were partying the same night while the boy was missing, allegedly. They were at parties, multiple parties. The next day, they were seen out eating. And they told another unknown source that, well, we didn't report it because you guys are already going to say we did it, allegedly. Now, the unknown source, aka the mole, also revealed to me that when they went out there to go look for the body, they found the body in the first place that they were looking for. Allegedly. Also, I was told that they've been asked to do a polygraph, and all of them have declined and said no. Allegedly. Now, for all the boat experts out there that say the boat was taking on all this crazy amount of water because of the waves and the current and up, that wasn't happening out there. That was not happening out there on July 4th.
This would need to be done. Where the police at? Where the police at? Where the police?
Got the sound effects popping. I see you.
Where the police? I mean, when Austin Metcalf was stabbed, after the boy said it was the best. I don't know.
I have the breakdown from that Reddit.
It's because they're white.
I mean, nah, suppose that the whiteies in the chat says not because they white.
As a white person, I can say that.
As a white person.
Have any of y'all ever been down to like ocean, like Gulfport, Mississippi, Biloxi, Mississippi? So you would know it ain't really the place you think you're gonna get the greatest justice. You know, one of my best friends, he's from like 20 minutes from Ocean Spring. He's from Gulfport, and it's small. It's a lot of cities on the coast, casinos and stuff, but it isn't somewhere that screams justice. Especially with the, you know, if these kids can afford a boat or they have a boat, they're at they're in a very, very unique financial situation for that area, because Mississippi is one of the poorest states. This is one of the poorest areas in the country. So I can imagine that they have the money and influence in this area to kind of, you know, have their way a little bit at the moment. So I don't know.
Do y'all know the details of the case? And of course, a fucking honky immediately, blacks kill white 30% more than white kill blacks. There's no statistics. Boy, get your stupid ass out of here with that dumb shit, just human. God damn.
I'd like to go through the, I guess, sequence of events that we know far about it. All right, so first and foremost, Nolan Xavier Wells was 18 years old. He was from Ocean Springs, Mississippi. He was a college athlete, and on July 4th, Independence Day, him and a group of friends went on a boat that he did not own to this Horn Island sandbar area. His best friend, who also is black, went on a separate boat, but they did meet up there. There just was not enough room on the current boat that Nolan was in. Everybody gets there. Everybody's there partying. We're going to make the assumption that alcohol was at minimum involved. I don't know if you guys have been on parties on boats and at sandbars. Alcohol's involved. Probably maybe a little bit of this. Not sure. So they all travel there by private boat. Everything's key till about 3 p.m. Allegedly, the boat starts taking on water. They tell Nolan. Nolan declines, decides to stay, and that is corroborated by his best friend, decides to stay and seek an alternative route back to shore on a different boat. However, nobody has been able to substantiate that second boat group of friends that he was with. Allegedly, he was talking to this Katie girl and decided to stay, which I truly believe that, because 3 p.m. is really early on 4th of July to like want to go back to shore. So I don't think it's out of the realm for him to want to stay and continue to party. However, it is kind of interesting that his phone, his belongings, if he had keys, backpack, all of that, he would leave with these people and not take with him to a different boat that he was going to board to go back. I do find that very suspicious. It's not unheard of when you're at a sandbar to leave your phone on the boat, but it is kind of weird to not take it when you're going to a different boat. You know what I mean? That part's a little weird and a little suspicious.
Especially if it's about a girl.
Yeah, and even if you don't have cell service, you would still take your phone. I don't know about you guys. My teenagers love to Snapchat. They love to FaceTime. They love to do all of these things. They like to video record, all of it. Even on parties, they're still doing that on boats. Super weird that all of his belongings were left on the boat. I digress. So the main group of friends that he was with, nobody saw him after 4 p.m. So they left at 3:30. They make it to shore. And then the last confirmed sighting of him that was reported to the police, sorry, was 4 p.m. The last confirmed. His mother reported him missing Saturday night. So I want to push back on that original video because his mother did obtain his phone and did report him missing Saturday night. However, they did not start a search through the U.S. Coast Guard, National Park Service, Gulf Islands National Seashore, Mississippi Department of Marine Resources, Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, Parks and Game, Harrison County Sheriff's Office, Jackson County Fire Service, Biloxi Fire Department, and United Cajun Navy all went there the next day around lunchtime to search. And they didn't find him Sunday. Monday morning, they resumed searching where his body was found by National Park Service rangers around 8:45 in the morning. Is when the National Park Service ranger found the body, and that's when they received the report that her body was found. They have confirmed through dental records that it is Nolan's body. So his body was found Monday morning. And then the autopsy was performed on Tuesday by the Mississippi State Medical Examiner's Office, Coast Labs. It says officials' final autopsy reporting and toxicology results and all of that will take several weeks. The family has retained Benjamin Crump, and Crump has gone on the record to state the body is being transported to a private lab and a private medical examiner's office in Washington, D.C. So the body is no longer in Mississippi. It is now currently in Washington, D.C., undergoing a private examination.
Do we know how the mom got the cell phone? Who gave it to her?
The kids that he was with, his friends, and I'm saying friends loosely.
That to me is more of a red flag.
However, Benjamin Crump also in his statement did state that they retrieved deleted text messages that would not have been possible for Nolan to delete them. So that is very concerning. They kept his phone. Obviously, they kept his belongings as well. And there have been text messages deleted off his phone that he obviously was not capable of doing because he didn't have his phone. So that is definitely some red flags.
Yeah, well,
what do you guys think happened?
Okay, you bringing up these points just proves my point. Where's the justice? Where's the justice? Why these people ain't raised their kids better, Kamal? Why they didn't raise their kids better? It's that broken home, I tell you.
You saying where the fathers at?
Yeah, where are the fathers?
They have fathers in the household.
Yeah, they have fathers. Is this white on white crime? What's causing this?
Man, look, I put it like this. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, in every social setting, except if you're going to like school or some shit, please, my black folks, don't be the only motherfucker there. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. Y'all, if y'all don't want to believe it or not, man, bruh, there's always some weird shit when you the only black motherfucker there. Okay? Remember Miss Horford, RIP this woman? She went to a sleepover with all her white compadres, 40 years old. You know what happened to her? Ended up dead in the fucking backyard. And all her friends turned into fucking Scooby-Doo. The fuck? Mystery. And what's
especially in a deep south place like Mississippi? I don't understand. This story don't make sense to me. Come on, it really don't. I'm gonna be real with you. Where Castle when you need him? Castle will tell you how bad Mississippi is.
Man, but yeah, shit not adding up. You feel me? And Doc, you right. Ben Crump is an ambulance chaser. You feel me? But when I covered, this situation on the show, that nigga Ben Crump, man, he got a great incentive of winning. Shout out to my brother Byron, you feel me? He told
Nolan
me
Wells is not with
in the chat, right? He said that Ben Crump take 33% of the fucking winnings.
That's low.
That's
standard.
low?
That's
low.
standard. No, that's standard. That's standard. That's
33%.
That's
God damn.
all accident attorneys take that. That's the standard.
In California, it's 33 before trial. If they file the lawsuit, it's 40, not including the costs. So, for example, if they win you $100, it's $33 or $40, and if there was $5 in costs, those are also reimbursed. That's why attorneys make so much money.
Well, people forget too, Benjamin Crump is not a criminal attorney, right? So he's a personal injury, civil rights, and like wrongful death kind of attorney. So I wonder what the family is, are they, unless they're planning on suing the people in the boat, which it has to be their plan, because that's the only reason you would retain Benjamin Crump at this point in time, because you can't sue the state. The state didn't do anything wrong. I mean, so they must be planning on filing civil suits against the people.
They can. He can sue the state, because why ain't nobody got arrested yet? Yes, they can. They can sue the state, because where's the arrest? Where's the justice?
I'll tell y'all exactly why ain't nobody got arrested. Do y'all know one of them kids, his mom is a judge?
Yes, we're gonna play that next.
Yeah.
We're gonna play that next. Let me play what Ben Crump has to say here.
Relationships.
Investigate every aspect of why Nolan Wells is not with us today. We know that he was with his friends. They went out on Horn Island, as Charles said. He was the only black teenager that was there. And, you know, all of them came back safely on the boat with his cell phone, Harvey. But Nolan's body was found washed up on the shore on Monday morning. His family is not accepting that it was an accidental drowning. They haven't been told anything, but that's been the suggestion. And they're not accepting that because Nolan was a college football player. He was a superior athlete. He was in great fitness and condition. And so for them to try to say, well, we got his phone, but we don't know where he's at, and then he turns up dead, they are not accepting it. And there are so many questions, so many contradictions.
I know there is one friend, a young woman who has come forward and has spoken to the police, and I'm wondering if she's spoken to you and how her version of events differ from what the other friends have said.
She hasn't spoken to us, but we know her statement that she released publicly. She said that she was talking to Nolan, and then Nolan said, well, I'm going back to the boat with the guys I came with. That's her version. She said that he did not leave with her, that he went back and got in the boat with the other boys. Well, the boys say that when they was talking to Nolan, he said he wasn't going to get in the boat with them, that he was going to stay with her, stay behind with her. Their statements contradict one another, and that is something that's very troubling. On top of the fact that we know there are videos circulating where there's an argument where you hear Nolan arguing with somebody, and we're trying to say, this is too much to just try to sweep under the rug. No, we want to have a thorough investigation as if it was 3 black boys and a white boy who was with them ended up dead. We want that same investigation.
Facts.
You have such a history with civil rights cases. Are you suggesting race is an issue here?
We're talking about the state of Mississippi, and we know, based on the history of America, in the Deep South, there have been many racial killings where there were nobody held accountable. We don't know what happened here, but we cannot forget history, and we have to respect his parents saying that we want an independent investigation because we're...
Okay, come on. This is the thing. I'm sorry. And this goes to Doc too, because you live in the South. Why they ain't teach this boy better? That's what I want to know. Why did you go alone? He must have really liked that girl. That's the only
I
thing
mean, okay, so from what I've been hearing through the grapevine of these social media streets, right? I heard that his mama Asian and his
No,
daddy
she's
black.
like, is she? I saw her.
I ain't seen her. That's what I heard.
I'm gonna find you her. Keep talking.
That's what I heard. So I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. I think this will happen.
Oh
White
yeah,
girl-
she do.
know,
Look,
yeah. Tell me.
she don't look. I don't know. She looked like she could be mixed with something. Keep going. I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut
Yeah,
it
they
down.
said that's what I heard through the social media grapevine streets, that she Asian and his daddy black, right? But you feel me? She look.
She looks Filipino. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So, with that being said, I'm gonna be a thorough with y'all. This will happen, right? White girl start choosing, trying to get the BBC. One of his friends and a couple of his associates of the friends was like, "Nah, I like that girl. Fuck that. They don't ever like to see the black man even have a chance of pounding that white punani."
Talk to him, Kamal. Talk to him, Kamal.
It's true. Y'all know it's true. That's exactly what happened. I'm telling you. That's exactly what happened. They schemed up a plan to be like, man, we about to get rid of bruh. That's what happened. Why y'all think they was deleting all the text messages and shit? Come on now. And at the end of the day, you know what? I know some of y'all, this might sound wild to y'all, to some of y'all. You feel me? It might sound wild to some of y'all on the panel, but I might have to start a company called Rent the Black Friend. Cause you feel me? We getting gentrified out these motherfucking areas. I'm in Cali, y'all. You feel me? From the Bay Area, Oakland to be exact, we done got gentrified like a motherfucker. And now I'm in SoCal. I'm telling you, I might have to start a motherfucking company called Rent the Black Friend, so you're not the only black person alone in these social gatherings. So you don't end up mysteriously dead and they rule it, oh, it's a self-deletion, like they did with Tonya Miller. That happened to be in Mississippi, I think.
There's all sorts of black men being found hung on trees, and they keep saying it's suicide. It's all over I mean, you can't make this shit up. And this is why I said I will never defend a white supremacist. I had no fucking empathy for the Metcalf motherfucker because he was a white supremacist, and this is what we're living in right now. I'm sorry. This is why I got so hyped. And here we go. My points I made that night were true. Boys, let me tell you, don't be the only one. I'm not saying don't not date, like only date black women, but be smart. Keep your eyes open if you start dating outside your race. I don't know what else to say.
I have a question. Has anybody heard, this is going to sound stupid, but sometimes we need to have the foundational information. So everybody keeps saying that he's a college athlete and he's in great physical shape, Obviously, he looks like he's in great physical shape. But does he actually know how to swim? Just being a football player doesn't mean you know how to swim. I don't mean treading water. I mean actual swimming. There's a vast difference between just chilling and treading water and actually being able to swim. In a current, not in a lake, but in an actual ocean current, being able to swim and navigate that.
Yeah, look that up.
Because nobody has told me. That's like my number one thing. Because I feels foul play, for sure. Foul play, potentially. That's what it feels like. But at the same time, it's like I need to cover all of my bases.
ABC News reported that he was a skilled swimmer.
Wow. Thank you. At least we need something.
You feel me? And at the end of the day, let me be fucking real. We're going to go back to this white savior complex. If his white friends see this black man, because he was 18, right? Drowning, right? They would have tried to save his ass.
Yeah, that's what I agree with you. That doesn't make sense. They're not going to want him to just die. They've been drinking. But hold on, let me play this clip. I want to play the fight because they keep talking about this fight so y'all can hear it.
Oh, I saw this video. So if someone says, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
They were loud as hell. Yep.
I'll replay it back. So y'all can hear it.
Yeah, they were being loud.
Yep, there it goes.
It was something happened.
They called it. I heard him say "bitch" like how two-story 1982 Mama is. I heard him say that shit.
So did they confirm that Nolan is in that group though? From this far away, were they able to confirm?
It's being investigated, but I'm curious as to how many witnesses there are.
Well, by the looks of the video, shit, I'd say 100. There's a fuck ton of people in the water. Everybody's a witness.
How is there that many people there and nobody fucking knows?
Look, you can see.
I'll tell you, it's called a system. And that system starts with a W and end with supremacy. There you go.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's him. It's a group. He's like one of the only black people there, and you can see the black guy in the background.
Well, yeah, true. His best friend was there, though. So I guess we need somebody to edit the video because we got to make sure it's him and not like his best friend, Javon.
True.
I can't say. Yeah, because he was there and he went on record stating that he did see Nolan after 4 p.m. So.
What does Javon look like?
He's black. Well,
yeah.
I actually have
from far away.
Yeah.
I mean, from far away, they probably could be mistaken for each other.
This lady claims that part of why they fought was over drug use. I don't know how true that is, but again, this is what the streets are saying.
And I told y'all, well, all of us.
Oh, I saw this video.
That Nolan Wells did not just pass away or did not drown, et cetera, et cetera. So the argument that you guys hear circulating around in the video, it's Nolan having an argument with his so-called friends because they were trying to peer pressure him to do rugs. You heard that right. TikTok lingo, you get it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Nolan is a football student athlete who goes to college and is a football player. And he was telling them that he was not about to do no rugs. He was not about to test positive or test hot on it. And he was not about to mess up his scholarship for them. That is what their argument is about. I told you.
I don't believe that though.
I don't know, man.
Come on,
I don't know.
I love rugs.
He ain't gonna do rugs.
I think at this point in time, I'm going to reserve my final judgment until we get both autopsies back. And if Mississippi's autopsy matches DC autopsy, then I'll take it as canon. And then we'll see. Because if he drowned, he would have water in his lungs. And that would be asphyxiation would be the cause. And then we could lay to rest. Kind of like if people who drown who know how to swim, happens all the time where I live. They pull bodies out every couple weeks of people that technically know how to swim and then end up drowning for whatever reason, even though it is sketchy. So here's to hoping Mississippi's autopsy and DC autopsy match. That's the big thing, is both independently need to match each other.
Hey,
because if they don't match.
I will say this, look, if you're a black parent and your goddamn black child mysteriously die, you better get your own PI autopsy itself. You feel me?
And that's why they hire
be like, oh, you died of fentanyl and cotton candy.
But that's
like,
why you hire in a firm like Ben Crump, because they have those resources and they're probably doing their own.
Yeah, so he can always get a co-counsel too, to somebody who specializes in criminal cases if they do find something within their investigation. And more importantly, I'm pretty sure Ben Crump is smart, but you need to send a letter of preservation of evidence to everybody that was fucking there. You need to send a letter of preservation of evidence to everybody that was there, starting with those 4 boys and that girl, everybody that they fucking knew, because then you're pretty much letting them know that you're threatening to sue, you're going to investigate, they're under investigation, they need to preserve any fucking evidence that they have. He should start sending out letters to witnesses for investigations and interviews. You can interview people before deposing them if they are willing and able to do that. There's a lot you can do before even filing the lawsuit. Something's fishy here. Best case scenario, this kid accidentally drowned and they saw and they were too scared to report it to the police. But that is also an indictment of society because they didn't care about him. And why didn't they care about him? They were afraid of something. Exactly. It's a
Tim,
rhetorical question.
I see what you're saying, but I gotta call Cap. Man, if they would have saw that boy drowning, they would have hopped in like Aquaman and pulled his ass
I
out.
agree. I don't agree. Yeah.
You feel me? And this is my thing. I know all y'all gonna see Law and Order, SVU, Criminal Intent. You feel me? As soon as they lawyered up, you like, all right, y'all niggas seeming real guilty right now. Y'all supposed to be the friend.
Yep.
Like, come on now.
Wait, the friends have lawyers too?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Let me say that. Yes.
Oh
Yes.
shit.
They unfollowed him on social media. They all have lawyers.
Hold on. I'll show you.
They did something.
Didn't remember anything, but they remembered to deactivate every single social media account that they have. Them, his girlfriend, their parents, all the accounts deactivated and wiped clean. All of them.
Deactivated?
Jax, Eric, Wyatt, Warren, Morgan, jail. Jail for everyone. Because you know, they're already circling the wagons. They're already lawyered up. But wait, their parents are doctors, lawyers, and judges. This is the father of one of his friends. And this is the stepmama, Ashley Cole. Court judge for Jackson, George, and Greene counties in the beautiful state of Mississippi has already deactivated her account. Deactivated all the accounts, and they have all unfollowed Nolan. And this is Katie, who's either a friend, close friend, or girlfriend.
She's not even cute.
Who is supposedly, allegedly cooperating with authorities because all the other friends are lawyered up and circling the wagons and not helpful and not talking. The doctors and the lawyers and the judges' parents of these 5 have said that they would like privacy, please, at this time. But you know what? Name them publicly. No privacy and no peace for Eli, also known as Jax, Eric, Wyatt, Warren, and Morgan. What happened to Nolan? What did you do to Nolan? His phone came back safe, but he didn't? Why were y'all arguing just minutes before he was reported missing? And y'all were continuing to party late into the evening. Other boats that were docked and parked next to yours saw y'all. But Nolan was missing. We're going to find out. The truth shall come to light.
What if it wasn't them?
But this is what
What
I'm
if-
saying, why the family can sue. The parents are so connected to the state and the government. That's why I said I believe that they can sue the state. Because the judge, they're all connected. It's bias.
What if it wasn't the kids? What if it was a different group of people that killed him? I mean, we're so hyper focused. Just think about it. So according to the police, as of right now, the timeline is 3 p.m. His original boat of friends left. Nolan, chose to stay, and that's been corroborated by a few people. So he made the conscious decision to stay on the island. And it's corroborated by his best friend, Javon Williams. So he allegedly made the decision to stay on the island. So this boat is gone. They left. Everybody else is still on the island. What if he died from a different set of people? But everybody's so hyper-focused on this set of people. And if they're not even in the same landmass, they're already ashore somewhere else. I just feel like I feel it could be them. But it's difficult to murder somebody at 3 p.m. on a crowded beach surrounded by people. Somebody would notice the body. I mean, you can see in the water to the ground. So if they murdered him at 3 p.m., I mean, where'd they murder him?
Why did he leave his phone then? That don't make sense.
That's weird. To me, that's my red flag there. That's my red flag there. But if he stayed, somebody had to have seen him outside of the girl and outside of his, best friend beyond, say, 5 p.m. Somebody had to. Everybody has Snapchat. Everybody has videos. As we see, people were taking videos. Like, he has to be on somebody's cell phone there. There must have been 100 people we saw, and that's just one small part of that shore that's filled with people. That sandbar that's filled with people. So it's like, where's the FBI investigating all these people and bringing up all of this people's data who are pinging from all of the cell towers? That's how you know where these people were. We can get their information from the cell towers and the data. Why are we not extrapolating that and then asking people and going door to door to be like, you were here at this time, what's going on?
The FBI is busy botching another case in Utah that we all know about.
Well, I mean, nevertheless, they're not going to do all that because they're going to cover up for these people. That's why I said the family's very connected.
And the reason why I don't think it's the other group of people because these niggas is moving guilty. If that was my homie, why would I deactivate my own a social media account and unfollow, bruh? Y'all don't find that suspicious? Dr.
Very
Umar,
suspicious.
Umar boys? Yeah, like, man, if that was my homie and I saw him either drown or some other people did some drowning shit on him, you feel me? I'm gonna have to do what Doc did to some people earlier and had to put foot to ass. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be like, nah, I'm about to deactivate my account and lawyer up. Shit. No, to me, I just don't think that makes like logical sense. I think the friends had something to do with it. It could be other people involved though, Mia. Right?
Yeah,
But
I feel like
you know, so
there was hundreds of people on that sandbar. Why do we not have more evidence? Why do we not have more witness statements? Why do we have just in general more people coming out and saying, yeah, I remember seeing this group of boys. Yeah, I think it was approximately, 1700 when I saw them. You know what I mean? So we can build a better timeline so we can actually get him some justice. Because there's no way other people did not see what was happening outside of this group of people. There's no way. The beach is crowded as fuck.
Have you guys seen Alpha Dog with Justin Timberlake?
Alpha Dog?
It's a really good movie. This giving me that kind of vibes.
It's giving me those kind of vibes, right?
Really
But it's
good movie. You
okay.
should watch it.
It ain't the one white group of whites. The other group of whites that did it. Nevertheless, my point is proven again. Thank you. If you're watching, please don't be the only one.
Please don't.
Mary, that part. Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna go to the last topic of the night. And if you're a conservative in the chat, you'll like this topic because Sonny Hostin, she cracked me up. She cracks me up. We're going to play what she had to say. The View was pretty interesting this week. There was an argument with MTG and her, but this is what she said first.
Oh, I love this.
Flag on that cap. You might as well have a hood on. Because that's what it looks like. That's what it feels like.
But you say this is the best nation. The best nation for who?
Yeah, when you say it's the best nation.
When you say it's the best nation, the best nation for who? Because if we are celebrating 250 years, what are we exactly celebrating is what I want to know. And so I'm really glad that picture was taken because that picture is how we feel walking into many rooms down the street. That picture is how we feel and nobody will believe us. So look at that picture and understand how it feels.
And you never should be made to feel like that. It's wrong that this woman is.
And I said this on this show many years ago because this is my 10th year on the show. And I said there are times when I walk into a community and I see American flags all over the community, and I suddenly feel unsafe because there is a section of this country that has co-opted the American flag, and they equate being an American or an American flag with white supremacy, and that should never be the symbol of white supremacy, but they have weaponized.
Sonny Hostin, you're worth $2 million fucking dollars. This country has been really good to you. I hate when these wealthy people say how much they hate this country. I really don't like it because this country has been great to you, lady. Not only that, I understand why she's mad. The feds is investigating her husband.
Nora.
That's why she's mad.
Oh shit.
Nora. Rich people got feelings too. God damn. When one of us get rich on this panel, I hope you all would still feel that we have feelings and shit. God damn.
You better not. Your bills are paid. You can eat whatever food you want. You can go on vacation. You good. You're like white. You're dabbing your eyes with $100 bills. You're good. I don't feel bad. You're fine.
I think they're just trying to stay relevant. Have you guys ever seen that clip from Tim Dillon where he says there's no smart women on The View? There are so many smart women in this country. None of them are on The View.
That's true.
Y'all ain't fucking with Whoopi Goldberg?
She has
not really.
I like her.
She used to be great. But isn't she part of the Diddy crowd? I'm sorry.
Yes.
She's also part of the Epstein crowd.
Yes.
What a shame.
Yeah,
I've been seeing a lot of clips of The View. I think they're trying it's working because I've been seeing the clips everywhere of them. I love the MGT on The View when she was talking about other lady. I don't know. Is it the same lady that was right there?
Yes.
MGT slaps sometimes. She hits it right sometimes. I know she has an agenda, but I'm glad she's saying that on freaking national television. Did you guys see that clip where she's talking about
Yeah.
country?
I'll play it next.
Wait a minute.
I'll play
Before y'all play the clip, how'd y'all feel about that picture though?
What picture?
That picture I thought it was AI, honestly.
You thought it was AI? Where
I
they was
thought
on
it
the
was AI.
train and it was that one black chick and it had all them white nationalists.
Yes.
That's
It
on
was,
the That's what the
it
view
was
showed.
hundreds. Is it the march that they had in DC? Because I almost played that clip last time when I did the clips, because it was hundreds of people marching with American and Confederate flags on DC, like with the drums and shit.
Oh, where is it? Where's the pic?
The picture?
Yeah.
They showed it on the View. I thought they showed it on the View.
Oh yes, they showed it on the View, and it was on
Yeah.
the. I think it was
on that clip you just played.
I'm curious if it's
man, take this
after the
ugly
march.
gremlin known nigga off the screen. This nigga gets on my fucking nerves.
Gutfeld actually has a pretty good show.
You said what?
His show's good. He has
He's funny.
guests on there.
Oh hell no!
In a little bit.
Y'all breaking my heart right now.
I don't. Doesn't mean I like him, but he has a good show with a lot of, like, he'll have Dave Smith on there. He'll have a lot of different people on his show, and it's entertaining. Sometimes I watch clips. I don't really like him, but I mean,
He isn't. The show is entertaining, but
yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh my goddamn.
Same with Bill Maher. Sometimes I watch clips of Bill Maher's show. I fucking hate that guy, but he has certain people on there, and I'll watch clips of his show. It's well produced.
Where's the picture?
No, go to the clip you just played, and they showed it during the clip.
Yeah,
the View clip that you just
on the
played?
View. They
Yeah.
showed it. It was on the still. She was on the clip.
Yeah,
of
and it had that
Benny
one
Hostin.
black woman.
Said there are
And it had-
times when
I don't see it.
Is this the one
It
you
was
just
before that. It was before that. Before she said that, because it was before the other lady spoke.
Whichever
and with
clip
an
you just
American
played.
flag on.
Okay. Yeah, it was here.
There,
I
it
don't
was
see
after
it.
she speaks. Wait,
No, keep going. You'll see it.
it was after she speaks right now.
Yeah, they showed a picture.
hmm And she's on there, and it's a bunch of white masked white people. I think they're
Oh,
you go.
there we go.
Right
So
here.
when I first saw this picture, I thought it was AI, but I think it was in that there was hundreds of people marching on DC on 4th of July with Confederate flags.
All right.
You
Man,
know,
Doc,
there's somebody that used to be part of this show. I won't say their name. I sent it to you, Kamal, and they posted this, and they said she's safer here than she is in a train full of black.
What the fuck?
Oh, people, yeah, he said that shit. Oh, pasta eating nigga. I don't like that shit.
Mario, crybaby Mario.
Anyway, Doc, how you feel about this picture, bruh?
I would never be her. They'll never be able to get a picture of me like this. I just got too nah. I mean, I got better instincts, I think, than we get in this community of black people where we starting to get some black people who are getting disconnected with having good instincts. I know when it's time to go. I know when it's
And
somewhere
pride.
to be. I know when it's a sundown town and we got to get back in the car and we can't stop here. You know what I'm saying? I raised my kids to know, hey, this ain't the place for us, or this ain't the crowd for us. And I think we're getting this group and this new crop of black people. And I love America. I went to war for America. I think there are terrible things about America, and I think there are amazing things you can do in America that I know from experience you can't do anywhere else. But I also know I got to have my head on the swivel everywhere I go. I got to have discernment everywhere I go. I got to be self-conscious. I got to be self-aware, and I got to have that thing that itch that I can't scratch in my stomach when I know it's time to get up and go. When I know it's time for us to go this way. And my mama taught me that. And my mama taught me to put on the right voice on the phone when you talking business. And my mama told me crack somebody across the head if you got to when you in the streets if they playing with you. So it's a balance. And I think some people ain't getting that healthy diet because everywhere ain't for you in this country, in this world. And some people are missing that. Is it perfect anywhere you go? No. Is there some great things about America? We're doing one of them right now. We're able to criticize and be critical and speak our mind, and it's something you can't do anywhere. But I think some of this onus is on us as Black people because my mama taught me, hey, you got to know. And some of these people ain't passing that down, or they ain't getting that, or it's escaping their thought process that this still happens. They still lynching people. They still hanging people. It's still not completely fair for you in this country. It should be, but that's in our ideal world. And we just got to learn that. So, you ain't gonna catch no picture of me like this because I ain't gonna put that. I got kids to feed. I ain't gonna put myself in that situation.
Yo, I'm gonna bring a different spin to it. You feel me? What if she's the girlfriend of one of these niggas and she's a bed wench? And they just like, look, you can sit down. Here you go.
She's there supporting
I don't know. She don't look comfortable. She looks a little. She look a little nervous. I bet she's just.
She don't look that picture.
Yeah, she don't look comfortable.
Take that picture.
She don't look that comfortable.
She looks half annoyed.
If she put on the face,
she's like, damn it.
Honestly, I would be uncomfortable with my white face. I would be uncomfortable with a bunch of guys with Confederate flags all around me. I would feel uncomfortable.
She looked like Nolan. She just don't got a smile on.
Damn.
It's the same thing. If you fake a smile or if you put a frown, she looked like Nolan. It's the same thing. But he shouldn't have put himself in that situation. So it don't matter that they're wearing white masks and these hats and stuff like that. It's the same situation. You see what I'm saying? And I just wouldn't put myself, because theoretically he can never come from where they come from. He can never be in the same social dynamic as them. So that doesn't mean he can't be friends with some of them. But if you seen strictly just you in the picture, you look like this.
Mm-hmm. And I just want to say that instinct of survival is unfortunately true, and that's what happened with, unfortunately, with the what was his name, Carmelo Anthony. He had that instinct of survival. He had a knife on him for protection, and so you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Because even if we think this picture's AI, we know Nolan's pictures are not, but they're the same picture.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Does anyone know what that little flag is? That Proud Boys, or what that stupid flag is?
That
Maybe
flag? I've never seen that before.
I don't know. Apparently, Pasta Boy said that they're protectors.
They remixing the American flag. What they need to do is remix their pocketbooks, because they seem like they're going broke. They went from U-Haul trucks to now right on the damn train.
That's why I think they were in DC.
Okay.
There was a march with hundreds of white supremacists on DC on July 4th with the fucking stupid drums and Confederate and American flags all throughout Washington DC.
These niggas trying to jock the style. They trying to do the Million Man March.
Yeah.
Mayo March. God damn.
Mm-hmm.
That part. All right. Well, I'm gonna play the clip, last clip of the night, and we'll give reactions to it. This is the clip that Kim said she liked. You can say your closing thoughts and or talk about the clip. Here we go.
Because yesterday on X, in a now deleted post, you accused Plattner's accuser of doing, quote, rape for politics, end quote, stating that she had consensual sex with him years ago.
No, I didn't accuse. I said women should report rape.
Right.
Because
early
you want
on.
to know why? We want to get these rapists off the street.
Early on in the tweet, and I'll tell you, I'm a former sex crimes prosecutor. As they were trying to,
yeah, but you're misjudging me. I wish you'd put if you put my deleted tweet.
I think we have it. We have it.
Put it up, please.
Oh, sorry. Okay, we'll get it. Okay. Will they look for it?
But I just want to make sure my words aren't twisted around.
Can someone bring my phone out to me?
You don't have your phone? Since when do you not have your phone?
Yeah.
Well, what I recall, because I do have the post, but it has now been deleted. You did say that women should report early, and I will tell you, as a former sex crimes prosecutor, women, it is the most underreported crime in our country because women are not believed, and because it is very difficult. They're defamed,
and they should
and it's
be
very
believed.
difficult for them to do it.
Right.
Also, I will tell you, you also wrote that she had consensual sex with him years ago. The fact that someone dates people or has had consensual sex with them previously does not mean that they cannot be raped. Married women can be raped. Sex workers can be raped.
Of course.
And that is often, because I've handled some
you
of those
and I
cases.
are in agreement here.
Well, we're not.
No,
because I
actually,
want to know why you would post that and accuse her of rape for politics.
Well, I would like to know why you wouldn't put up my actual post.
We're going to do it.
Okay, great.
Here we go.
Because I wasn't accusing her.
Your exact quote. Your exact was, if you are raped or sexually assaulted, report it immediately. Yes. Don't wait for years later until the man runs for office to go to news outlets to tell your story. And if you had consensual sex with him years ago, don't turn it into rape for politics with conflicting stories.
Those are three.
Is that correct?
No, those are three separate pieces of it.
I do want to
separate.
I do want to get
that's
to
that's not.
So can you answer my question? Why did you post that?
Absolutely. I posted that because I support women who have been raped or sexually assaulted, and I want them to have justice.
But not if they've had consensual sex before.
Then secondly, don't wait until they're running for office. We need to know early on.
She was warning the public.
I was warning the public.
No,
okay?
but this woman is warning the public.
I'm saying the public needs to be warned because rapists need to be convicted.
I do want to ask you about...
So it's the woman's fault.
No, it's not the woman's fault. Not at all.
I feel my blood pressure rising.
It's not Americans with flags in front of their house's fault, and it should not be offensive.
All right.
I feel my blood pressure
rising.
Oh, I was gonna let you go first, Mia. You want to go? Or you need a moment.
Oh my God. Oh, honestly, it is rape for politics because MTG is right, bro. MTG is right. I am so sick and tired. I'm so sick and tired of the Me Too narrative, the narrative that all women should be believed. Bitches lie, bro. I would lie for my best friend in a heartbeat. Wouldn't even think twice about it. Women lie, and they lie all the time. It is incredibly suspicious, and we should be able to articulate if we are suspicious about your story. It is incredibly suspicious that you never reported it. You never went to the police. You never reported it. You never nothing. No hospital, no rape kit, no evidence, no ring camera footage, no Snapchat videos, literally nothing. You wait 5 years until 2 weeks after he won the main primary for the Democrats. Now you come forward? I take this personal because I'm from the state of Maine. So now you're gonna crawl out of some gutter rat barrel to come forward and say, well, he potentially did this, but I don't know any details, blah, 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 blah. Really? It is rape for politics. And if you notice, this happens all the time to tons of men all the time. And none of these women ever have any evidence. They never have any evidence. Very rare do these women ever have any actual concrete scientific evidence that can be submitted into a court of law. It is always in a court of opinion. And I'm sick and tired of it. Women need to stop weaponizing sex against men. It happens all too often, and it's disgusting. And if we don't start calling it out, we're going to have more of this happening. Graham Plattner is not a good human. May he have done that? Sure. Totally believe it. However, there's no proof that he did it. And in the United States, you were innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. And if you do not have any concrete evidence in a court of law, you were innocent. We need to stop believing all women until they actually start having proof at this point in time. Because I see it all the time, and come to find out, tons of men, black men, white men, Hispanic men, have spent decades in prison over false accusations and have their life ruined. So we need to stop acting like women are innocent here. Period. Full stop. If you don't have any proof, shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it at all. If there's no proof, don't even talk to me about it, because I'm just assuming you're lying. Period.
Goddamn. All right, Kimberly. Believe all women or not? What's your closing thoughts?
You should not believe all women. No, some women do lie, but I will say there's two sides to this. I think due process is still the best way to determine the validity of accusations. These online mobs and trial by media are not the way to go. On the other side of that, I do see that Graham Plattner, and I said it from the beginning. He's very flawed. He sounds like a douchebag. He did a lot of weird things. The whole Nazi tattoo, he tried to deny it. There's no fucking going around it. He got away with a lot more. And there's another DSA candidate who won in Pennsylvania. His name is escaping me. He has like a 1-syllable last name, like Hobb, and he's a Black candidate that just won the primary. He said it best on Breaking Points. He said he gets some type of a privilege because he's white and because he got a lot of praise for being military. So he got away with a lot of the really horrible things that he's been accused of and has actually done. I think this goes back to running within the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is not reformable. There's no reforming the Democratic Party. I've seen good stand-up candidates that run third party that the Democrats squish because they don't want third party candidates. And I'm sure they vetted this guy. I'm sure they vetted Plattner with a fine-tooth comb, and they knew the skeletons in his closet, and they thought, all right, we'll let him win. We have leverage. We can always blackmail him because he's had a lot of really horrible things come out about him. So that's what I think happened. I will say, I saw this woman's interview. It could be true what she's saying. She seems credible. I can sympathize with that. I know what it's like to feel sexually manipulated and feel violated, even if it wasn't necessarily assault, even with somebody that you have been with. However, it is a trial by media, and it is calculated. On the other side of this is Susan Collins. I think that she could be telling the truth, but I also think that they're just trying to get him out because they don't want a left majority in the Senate. But I mean, this whole story is crazy. It's confused me. Stop running within the Democratic Party. DSA has tried it before. There's no reforming the Democratic Party. They are a private corporation. They have super delegates. They're anti-democratic. It's fruitless.
So don't believe all women. Come on, what's your closing thought?
Hold on, Nora. Should we believe all women?
I don't know. I believe that guy looks like a creep. I believe it. He looks like a creep. The Democrats did not vet him. I don't know. I don't believe any white man. How about that?
Don't believe white men.
I'm just playing. I don't know. I don't really have feelings on this. I haven't been keeping up with this. I'm gonna be real with you.
All right. I was about to say, damn, every woman on the panel done ate that red pill. I see. This is
not me. I don't really know what's going on. The guy had a white supremacist tattoo. That's all I needed to see. A Nazi tattoo.
Oh shit!
He is a douchebag.
Yeah.
He's a douchebag.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, I'm in a boat where you don't believe all women.
Well, you're with me. I'm in good company.
You should not believe all anyone, right? You should believe there should be.
Hell no, I'm believing midgets.
There should be a due process.
Kim, I'm believing midgets. All right, they got a lot they got to go through. I believe a midget all day. Okay. Anyway, yeah, this was a great episode. Before I get into the Sunny Hostin shit with her babble at times, y'all hit the notification bell for the new party so you know when they go live. All right. Also hit with a like and a share. You feel me? Also sub to the channel. You feel me? We have great panels up here. We all have different ideologies, but at the same time, we can agree on things and have good banter back and forth and shit like that. If you want to follow me, Kamal Johnson on YouTube, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Hey, real talk, I'm trying to get more detractors over there. So you crackers that was caught dropping the N-bomb in the chat, bring your punk asses over here. You feel me? Sandra the dog in your ass, you should come over to my chat too. You feel me? Anyway, the Sunny Hostin thing, I feel like she was trying to really railroad MTG, and this is a thing, y'all can't railroad people if you don't have the evidence up. She dropped the ball on that shit for sure. And I hate to say, I have to agree with Angry Bird mixed with a tomato, Marjorie Taylor Greene on this. With Nolan Wells, it shows you that if you're the only Black person in a social setting besides being in the classroom, right? Because sometimes I get it. I went to San Diego State, where I was the only Black person in the classroom, right? But if you in any other social settings, real talk, you might be in danger. So you might want to bring some other Black folks with you, because fishy things happen when you're the only Black person and it's a group of them folks, such as Miss Howard herself with the sleepover that happened. And now we got Nolan Wells, which happened to be a great swimmer, by the way. So that whole thing that you niggas don't know how to swim. Well, can't say that shit. Anyway, we will keep a close eye on this case with Nolan Wells, our PR brother. In Mississippi, man, in the South, man, there's a lot of shit going on down there. God damn. Jesus Christ. Hopefully Ben Crump, I know he's an ambulance chaser, but he be winning some shit. And if his retainers, I thought it was 33%, but I was corrected. It's like 40, 45%. He got a great incentive to win. All right. And then the first thing we talked about, that deal ain't about to happen. Donald Trump and Iran and the Big I, you feel me? They in a threesome, and one of the people don't want to be in that threesome. So shit ain't gonna be no deal no time soon. All right. And before I get out of here, Mitch McConnell, man. Well,
Did
he's
he
still
die
alive.
yet?
So he ain't still alive, so I could tell him eat a dick.
Damn.
All right, eat a dick, bro. All right, everybody else, y'all have a great weekend. Everybody on the panel have a great weekend. I appreciate y'all. I'm out, y'all.
All right, guys, as we wrap up tonight, I want to thank our team. Shout out to Kamal, Doc, Mia, and Kimberly. Thank you for coming. We will be doing it Monday through Thursday right here at 8 p.m. Starting next week, you will see Doc hosting. I'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Kimberly will be your host on Thursday. So you guys will have a nice view of all points. So that's what makes the new party great. But I want to speak directly real quick to our Black boys and young men watching or listening. I need y'all to stay alert, okay? I said it with the Carmelo Anthony thing. Maybe if Nolan would have been watching more of content like this, he would be alive. I hate to say it. Stay aware of your surroundings, walk with wisdom, and make choices that protect your future and your life. The world may be tough, but you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And again, we are living in the 21st century, but to Kamal's point, don't be the only one there. Don't be the only one there. Move with discernment. Surround yourself with people who lift you up and got your back. And I'm sorry, not all skin folk is kinfolk, but also not all folk is your folk. I hate to say it, but we got to go back. Doc said it best. We got to go back to training our boys to be alert of what is sundown towns, to being alert of the truth about other races and what they think about Black folks. They don't think very well about Black folks. When they're hanging out at their dinner table, they're talking down on us. We saw that dinner table talk with Austin Metcalf. I'm sure he said those same things in front of Austin Metcalf's father. I'm sure he was saying the same things in front of his son. I hate to say it. And I'm sorry, you gotta assume that that's how they think about you now. I hate to say it, but I'm praying hard for justice for Nolan Wells. His life mattered and his family deserves answers and accountability. I still think America is still the greatest country on earth. You know, we just celebrated our 250 years. We have more opportunity, freedom, and potential here than anywhere else in the world. But that doesn't mean we ignore when injustice happens. And Black lives matter, and I hate that is such a triggering thing for some. But this just shows why it had to be said. We can still love our country deeply too, and we can still call for fairness, accountability, and equal protection under the law. That's not un-American to say. And we, so guys, if you want the truth and you want to know what's going on, keep rocking with us. Drop your comments. You know, make sure you guys hit the like button if you're watching this restream. We read them. So stay blessed, stay powerful. Stay prayerful, and I'll see you next time. God bless you, and God bless America.
Sisters,
we shall not yield to tyranny.
Our cause just, we will prevail. The fight
Hello,
for our
Mr.
rights.
Buffs. Ready for a journey back? Look at this encampment. The spirit of 76 is alive.
Obvious history. Shame on you. Shame on you. Because we are being played as the American people. Our money is funding a war that we don't need to be in. I shouldn't be okay with it. So as long as I have breath in my body and a mic to use, I will be speaking out against this.
A true patriot savors these moments, but the fight for liberty calls.
The economy, we have a global economy. That's why we're the number one economy in the world. I know that a lot of people want to paint the horrible view of America, but, you know, go live somewhere else and then tell me America's bad.
Patriotism is all about. Look at these flags. They represent our fight for liberty. This is
so American freaking crazy to me that we have an conflict with Iran before a single person from the Epstein files has been arrested on American soil.
The hour our liberty is at hand. For freedom is bravo. Brothers
I
and
was
sisters.
working, man, you know, but it's good to see Rippy out there handling business, man. And again, hey, there's a lot of black Trump supporters, man. I mean, it feels good to see them, man. So I'm...
My fellow patriots, the hour of decision is upon us. Let us march forth with courage to secure our liberty.
A real coach. People are getting sick of it. The moment a celebrity steps slightly outside the leftist approved narrative, they get attacked. Chili from TLC gets heat over allegedly donating to Donald Trump.
For liberty. The British advance. We must act.
Our supplies are low, but morale is high.
Then we fight for liberty.
Alpayne's work captures the spirit of we fight for independence.
The
Welcome to my...
that said they were anti-war. I think they said no new wars. Yeah, they voted for a president that was not going to start any new wars. And what's funny to me is that not only were you lied to, not only did this man start this and get out of the
freedom. Greetings from the encampment. The spirit of liberty is strong. We will fight for our rights and our freedom.
Just in order to get the Greater Israel Project accomplished, you have to kill people. That's why it's wrong. Killing people is wrong. Full stop. So you can try to make sense of it with, well, it's a threat and this and that. There's no greater threat than the United States empire.
Vocabulary up because I'm throwing out words like hubris, acquiesce, verbose. What are you going to do about the dichotomy of the nuance?
To the encampment. For liberty.
And what I've learned, and I'm not a liberal or a Democrat. I voted for Trump the first time, but he's become a politician. He lies like all the other politicians. He deceives like all the other politicians.
In front of me! Soldiers, the enemy is near.
Not only do I love my FBA fam, my Black American fam, my Black people on code, you know, my people that's allies with us, as part of the fam. I love y'all. I love my country too. You feel me?
The cause to victory.
To victory. These pastries are wonderful.
Indeed, but we must stay vigilant.